Hi everyone, this is David from Hotspot. Today I'm gladly joined by Casey's jungler Yike after the series against Navi. So first of all, congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
It was a little bit rough at the start, a little bit messy, but then obviously you guys managed to get it back. How was the series and what's going on in your mind right now?
Yeah, I think it was a good series. We knew this team was gonna be a strong team. Like they proved it. They were 4-1, so we knew we can't like disrespect them. And they played the early game good, right? They got the first Drake. They got the first like two skirmishes. They won kinda, and he just got like a triple kill. And it was a bit scary when he got his first triple kill. But I think we played good and we had good comps, and the decisions we made in game was like very good. So we always knew that with our comp as well, it's like kind of an easy game for us to play. So we just played it like our game, and then we won.
How's the communication been? Because one of my colleagues talked to Reaper last week, and he was saying like you guys had to like fix language barriers as one of the main goals for the split. I don't really know. He didn't really go into details about that, but can you kind of walk me through how like communication has been between you guys and what was Reaper like referring to in terms
Yeah,
of language barrier?
yeah, for sure. In the beginning, when we started boot camping and all, you could tell like Yeho, he's just now learning English, right? And he's had like 2 months now, 3 months, where he's been learning English, so he's improving very fast, which is very good. And then there's also Kana, who obviously doesn't speak fluent English. So obviously, when we do the some communication between like solo lanes, sometimes it's very important for them to have good comms, like together with me, like Kalist and Busio, like as just communicating with each other. And that's like the only thing that can be awkward sometimes, of course, because yeah, sometimes they don't understand what we say, or sometimes we don't understand what they want to do, for example. But I think so far it's been getting so much better, and yeah, like compared to last week, it's been so much better. I feel like it's night and day, and we've been playing much better, and the comps have been good. I don't see a lot of like bad comps or like mistakes in comps that we do like we did before. So it's been improving very fast.
Speaking of the new players, obviously you had Yahoo and Busio coming in. How has that changed compared to last year's team in terms of dynamic?
Well, since it's mid and support that got changed, it's important for me to have good relationship with them, right? Because yeah, those lanes are very important for jungle to have good synergy with. And I've been playing so much duo queue with Yeo so far, and I feel like we have very good synergy. The way we play the game is very good nowadays, I would say, and we kind of know what we want to do usually. And he also is very good at communicating what he wants, so then it becomes easy for us to just listen to him kinda. And then same with Alan. I think me and Alan is getting a very strong relationship as well, playing in game and outside of the game. We have a very good relationship, and yeah, it's going like very good flow right now. So I want to keep it like that and keep improving it, and never like kind of stop. I want to make sure that we are the best like trio and the best team in the world.
You mentioned like keep him improving. What's like one thing that you think you kind of want to focus on as a team right now, if there's anything?
I mean, kind of what we talked about with like the language barrier sometimes, still like there's things to improve on, right? And then for me, I would say still working on the 3v3s like mid jungle sup to make sure that they're as clean as possible. And yeah, making sure we make like very small mistakes. Like for example, today the 3v3 bot lane we lost, for example, and we could have played it better for sure. So these kind of small mistakes we can do better.
What's your kind of take on the meta right now? Because apparently, like the new season brought a lot of changes, but like the jungle meta in terms of champions is very similar. What do you think about the jungle meta right now? And is there anything that you would like to see changed, or you think that should be changed to make it more fun or more entertaining for you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought first when I saw the changes they will make to jungle, it looked kind of boring, right? Not like
Mm.
very few changes, but the more I played it, it's been so much better and nicer, and I can feel the changes, and I feel like going into late game, you're actually very strong as a jungler. And then now there's like some champs, some teams still play like the normal same champs as before, like Xin Zhao, Wukong, Pantheon. But then now there's like the Aatrox, there's the Ambessa, there's these kind of champs, that people play more. And we've seen it like recently this week in LEC. And I think it's very fun and very exciting. And I'm happy I could play with Aatrox one game as well, because sometimes I can't really play the fun champs. So yeah, I think the meta right now is looking for me very fun. So I want to keep seeing how it goes.
Still have 5 games left, if I'm not mistaken. You're facing Vitality, Fnatic, Shifters, Giant X, and Team Heretics, I think.
Exactly. I think so too.
Yes.
I believe
Uh,
so.
which team do you think can potentially be your biggest threat among these 5? Because obviously you're already 5-1, so I'm not going to jinx it, but like technically, like playoffs should be quite
Yeah.
okay. Obviously, you're aiming higher, but like that playoff ranking should be like almost basically locked. Which team do you think can potentially pose you as like a big threat?
From these teams left, I would say probably Fnatic, right? Even though they have some very slow, like sloppy games, I feel like this team can still always manage to make it work and play good. And knowing Razork, I know he can always play good. Like obviously anyone can have bad games, but I think Razork can always be the the doing like the game deciding plays, for example. And so I would always have respect for Fnatic. And yeah, probably this team will be the hardest from these ones left. But I still think we're gonna we should beat most of them, all of them.
Which do you think are the best team right now aside from you guys?
For sure, I would say Koi. Like they beat us as well, of course, but yeah, I think we had a good match against them, right? The early game went pretty well and all, and then we did some mistakes and it was harder. But Koi right now looks the probably the cleanest.
There's one more question I wanted to ask. It's a bit more personal. Last time I got to chat with you was in Korea last year. It's almost like a year.
Yeah.
It was during first stand. Is there anything that I like looking at personal development? So is there anything new that you've learned over the past year? Is there anything learned like new that you want to share with me, in terms of how you grew as a player, like how the entire 2025 season, let's say, helped you become a better player, better professional, better person, anything?
Yeah, for sure. I learned a lot. Main thing I would say was to mostly like listen to myself and my own decisions because I was a player who always like to listen and like be the one that like reacts more. I'm not like the proactive guy. I was more the reactive guy to plays and everything, especially like playing in G2. I had like all these players that like BB, Hans, Caps, Mickey, like all of them were like very good decisions and very smart in the game. So I was used to listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to KC, I kind of had the same mindset, but there were more rookies, more like not less knowledge, but yeah, kind of less knowledge than like the G2 players, of course. And then I realized that year it went pretty bad, of course. And then this year, that's what I've been working on a lot on to make sure that I know that my decisions are good. Like when I make a decision, I won't be like stupid, I won't make a bad decision, and I will trust myself more. Basically, like the biggest goal for me was to just trust myself and my own decisions more, and I feel like I've been doing it. I'm playing more for myself, making sure that I am strong, that I can carry games, and yeah, so far it's been looking good. First week kind of meh, but this week I feel like I played good, so I'm very happy with that.
Do you think that has to do with how you build up your own confidence, or like self-confidence in terms of how you put yourself out there with other people and other players?
Yeah, I mean, I had to build a lot on my confidence, like especially in game. I feel outside of game, like also outside of game, I would say, like in discussions, I can take more part than what I did before, and just give my opinion more to everyone about like draft, about gameplay, all of this. And I've been doing it more and more, which I really like. And yeah, same in game, I make sure that I'm in a good state always, so that people can adapt to me and I can adapt to them. Before I was always just doing what other people wanted, but it didn't really work. Like it can't work in the end, especially for youngers.
We're running off the interview. Is there anything you want to say to the fans?
Yeah, I just wanna say thank you for the support. Always nice to have a 3-0 week, and we wanna keep doing that. We wanna keep beating every team in the LEC, and we wanna show and we wanna go to first split. We wanna win the first split, go to first hand, and then continue winning from there on.